Okay, YouTube. So I'm just hoping to make a quick little video here. This came in the mail the other day, and Lyman doesn't even make these anymore. It's something I I saw it online. I can't even remember what website. I've been using it for the last couple weeks while my supplies are dwindling, and I want to make a quick little video about it. So instructions, some reloading tabs, I guess I'll go ahead and call them, and then the two dies with the a little Allen wrench with it so you can tighten them up and what have you. And so far, actually, they've been working pretty well, but I did want to show off some little quirks with them. Anyway, another thing, I kind of like this touch. So thank you, Lucy, for your quality control. Although, notice this, 9/16/2013. I'm going to keep that. So the first thing I want to talk about is the seating die with the seating stem. And you can see where I still have the cosmoline on the die. I just kind of, the humidity in my house is kind of outrageous. So I leave the cosmoline on there just for some anti-rust protection. But let's take a look at this. Look at that. It's a tiny little seating stem. Like this is, I don't know how to word it. It's tiny. And let's see if I can get a better image of that bearing surface. Yeah, right there. It's small. Like I was seriously worried about how effective this would be. But actually, like I said, I've already reloaded with this. It's not doing too bad. But I just wanted to show you guys how it kind of fits with the various bullets. So this is Hornady's match I'm sorry, Hornady 162 grain match bullet. And this is more of a VLD design and pretty wobbly fit. That's actually not applying too much pressure, but yeah, pretty wobbly fit. But the way it's designed, come on, focus. Where it's just kind of milled out. Oh, there's a little bit of schmutz in there. Pretty much the whole seating stem is hollow, and I think that part of that design is so it can accommodate for just pretty much any bullet type. And you can see even with moderate pressure, oh, come on. Where was it making that line? Oh, there it is. There you can see the line. So with a bolt like this, it does have that chance of possibly deforming the jacket, which is not so good. Now, this is a Sierra Pro Hunter 120 grain, so this is much more traditional ogive, and this actually fits, like that's maybe a little bit of wiggle, but it fits a lot more like a dream. And let's see if we can see if there's any marking on it. If there is, it's just a little bit. Anyway, I'm happy to report that with bullets that are a good fit, this thing does pretty much just as good as even my Forster seating die. So anywhere from like, no run out to upwards of 6,000ths run out. Because you know what, we always have those outliers. And not only that, like I don't always neck turn my brass, and that just affects things. The concentricity rather, not necessarily the run out. Let's put this back together. There's threads on there. This is a very similar design to what Redding has. Or rather, I should say Redding has a very similar design to these because Lyman was in the game before Redding was. So I guess we'll give props where they're due. RCBS is very similar, but they just have the entire screw that just runs through the die body. And I guess you could say Lee's design is quite similar, although, like I already displayed, they have a free-floating seating stem. Now, the resizing die, this is full-length resizer, and I do have the carbide expanding ball for this, and I might do that, but currently I have that in my RCBS die. But for now, well, let's take a look at the standard expander ball. It's actually more of like a an oval. And you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and just take it out. Like I said, I have been using this for last couple weeks, so yeah, there's going to be stuff on there. And it works pretty good. But what we're going to talk about next is, well, it's the reason why I have my case master out here. So let's put this away. So this is my Norma brass. And it's been neck turned once upon a time. That was like 15 firings ago. So I'm expecting pretty decent numbers from this. And I'm just going to move this up. Okay. I can still kind of see through the screen. Looks like it's a little bit between 73, 74, mostly towards the 74. So I'm seeing maybe half thousands. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and say that's 1,000. It's actually a little bit under from what I saw. It was about 2,000. Now 2,000 I don't consider bad at all. And this, that's about 2,000 as well. It's a little under the 3, a little under the 5, so 2,000. From the 3 to the 4, so 1. From the 3 to a little bit above the 4, let's say it's 1,500. A little bit under the 3 to it looks like it spikes up to about 4.5. We'll round up. We'll say it's 2,000s, even though that's being mean, right? So from basically half thousands all the way up to 2,000s for a basic reloading die, nothing really free floating at all with it. That's insanely good. Um, and this brass, although it's normal brass and it's been neck turned, it's it's not annealed, and it's on its 15th firing. So you can even see a little bit where the donut has started to form. So, and this brass is on its way to being retired. I've started getting split necks on the cases, but I still have God about 15 left. So I'm just using them until they're done. So now what I have here, remember this stuff. This is Winchester's. Oh man, come on, focus. There we go. This is the surplus brass that I got from Winchester. I misspoke. The surplus ammo I bought from Winchester. This is the brass that remains. And I've already reloaded it once. You can see where it's trimmed and chamfered and everything. So it's fully prepped. But let's see how well it did. Now, there's one thing I did not do with this brass. I did not neck turn it. So this is, and I can already tell you, I measured the neck thickness, and some are pretty good. Some are pretty well, there's upwards of like 3,000 variance on the neck thickness from one side to the other. So keep that in mind. So that said, looks like 1.5 thousandths. Not bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A little above 4. We'll say 4.5 thousandths. So that might be the case where this was a this is a case where it was thicker on one side than the other, and that needle barely wants to move. So that's less than a thousandths for sure. Come on. That needle's moving some. That's like a half thousandths. That too, but a half thousandths. Come on. Trying to navigate around the camera here. Oh, here's another one that's kind of one. So about 4 again. Maybe a little under. And we're going to stop at 10. I'm not going to do the full 20. That's about 3. And we just have to ballpark it. Because like I said, this is nothing special. That's about 2. A little over 1. It's a little over 1 as well. So again, this is pretty bottom of the barrel brass. I don't say that simply because it's surplus. I've also weighed these, and there's quite a lot of variance between them. There's something like, I want to say there's like 7 grains or 10 grains, something like that. It's definitely not the best stuff. And also, yeah, take a look at this. Um, Kind of a testament to how the variance of the case neck thickness. Look what look what resizing did to the case neck. Have you guys ever seen something like that before? I have very rarely, but it actually almost looked like it shaved something off. It almost looked like I neck turned it in a way. So, yeah. Okay, switching up the angle. So what I did, I loaded up the 120 grain. This is with, well, the powder isn't important, but I'm using what primers I have left. And then also I loaded up, so some of the 150 grain Parvy Partisan bullets. So, and you'll notice, whoop, I'm bumping the camera. I got them, there we go. I think it's partly my summit press, but you can see where where it kind of dug into the bullet a little bit, and you might not be able to hear that. There's a little bit of deformation going on, so I'm gonna have to modify some settings or something. Anyway, so this is nothing special in terms of the brass. This is in fact, it's the Winchester surplus brass. I just loaded them up. With the seating die, I just placed one of my um, other bullets in there that I have it set to the proper seating depth. Screwed down the seating stem until it touched, tightened it down, and then called it good. So remember, this had a good fit, this had a poor fit, and I'm only using the 2 because these had the about 1/1000th of an inch of run out. So that's going to get the fairest indicator of what the seating die can do in the best circumstances that we can provide currently. Anyway, so this is the 120 grain, so this is kind of the best case scenario. I need to quit bumping the camera, but whatever. Whoop. Okay, there we go. And so it's starting on the 43. We're just going to measure the difference. 43 to 45 to just under the 41. So we'll call that at roughly 4 thousandths, give or take. Okay, so that was 4 thousandths with the good contact die with the seating stem. So this is the 150 grain PPU bullet. This was a Sierra Pro Hunter. So let's see how this one does. Starting at the 4 thousandths. I'm sorry, it's starting at the 40. It's going up to 43. To just below the 40. It's basically 3 thousandths. That's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. That's not bad at all. And considering that with the run out that we measured so far is 1 thousandths or less, that's pretty good. So that's not bad at all. That's pretty much on par with what I've gotten with other seating dies with good contact, even the Forster ultramicrometer seating die. So um, for all the issues we thought we were going to have, that's not terrible at all. If that is the run of the mill for that die, I mean, more power to Lyman. Anyway,